First nigga outside before sunrise. Old school ways, but I'm still a young guy. A real trooper, I be grinding on the front line. Hungry for the money, I'ma eat like it's lunchtime. Really out here, nigga, let's go band for band. Made a lot of transactions, I'm talking hand to hand. Based on the statistics, I never had a chance. Still I sketched a blueprint and I'm out the plan. First case crash, took me in for crack rock. 54th and Duwarty, that was the crack block. Stood solid, never folded like a laptop. Trying to get to school, getting banged on at the dad stop. Can you give me a pistol is what I asked Pops. Late nights walking through the ops on Ascot. Really repping for the team like a mascot. Doing stupid shit, I could've really got my ass shot. Second charge that I caught was a gun case. Got bail money, I ain't got a fundraise. Still remember being broke with a fun day. Overgrind cause debts can't go unpaid. So I'm serving like way to serve lunch trade. The two doors a Challenger, not a Mustang. Chop her down like a barber, it was one phase. Cameras everywhere, we gon' flush it if they come raid, nigga.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Young Woo back with another On The Block reaction here on the Block News. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, man. Not later, but right now. Listen, today, matter of fact, before we even get this started, go ahead and hit that hype button, man. Not later, but right now. Also, you know, today we back with another Boys in the Hood TV video. And this one right here, the title is called Boo Manson from 9-4 Hoover. Knocked out 4 extra big homie and stabbed by Bloods. For me, shout out to the Hoovers. You know, be a lot of stories coming up on them and all hoods. Shout out to every hood I do reactions on and do reactions to. You feel me? Don't believe everything the internet say about me. That shit be cap, my nigga. I'm my mama. But listen, we finna get this shit going. Let's get it.
What's up, cuz? It's Boo Manson at 94th Street, Hoover, cuz. Tell cuz to come over here, cuz, and say that in my face.
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we're gonna discuss the life of OG Boo Manson from the 9-4 Hoovers. Now, Boo Manson will be raised in the Delhi streets of South Central. By the age of 8 years old, his family will move into the 9-4 Hoovers neighborhood. Now, by his teen years, Boo would start getting into fights with members from the Hoovers. He would get jumped and bullied on a daily basis. But eventually, he would get tired of being that victim and get put on to the 9-4s in 1987. Now, this would lead to Boo getting into trouble with the law, and the following year, in 1988, at the age of 15, he would be sent to juvenile hall. But he would only spend a few months there because he had a clean record, even though he had just got some recent charges which landed him into juvenile detention. But once out, he would hit the streets like a train. But eventually, Boo would get caught up yet again, but this time he'd get hit with drug charges and also a firearm. And this would get him sent right back to juvenile detention center. Now, Boo would serve 10 months before finally being released back onto the streets. But only 2 months after being out, Boo and the other Hoovers would decide to steal a car and rob a Jamaican weed spot. Now, the LAPD would spot Boo and the Hoovers, and Boo would lead the police on a high-speed chase before crashing the car and ultimately being detained. Now, once back in juvie, big brawl would take place after Boo Manson and a couple homies from the Kitchen Crips would have some words with some Sureños, and everybody would start squabbling. Now, right after this incident, Boo would have an argument with a member from the Rollin Dark Side after the homie from the 40s would write Hoover on a mattress and then whack it out immediately. But he didn't just run fades with Crips, he also ended up running some fades with a few moves from the 6 Deuce Brims and Luders Park. Now, by the summer of 1990, Boo case would finally head to trial, and he would find out that he was being tried as an adult, and he would ultimately take a plea deal, and he will be sentenced to 3 years in state penitentiary. Now, at the age of 16,
you know, that's something that's not talked about a lot. A lot of niggas just basically bullied into the gang, you feel me? Getting jumped so many times, you feel me? I think I did a reaction on somebody who they got put on the hood because they got tired of their homies leaving them, and basically they got put on the hood that basically was bullying them, punking them, and jumping them, you know? You feel me? Same thing. Make you laugh, make you cry. So the shit that made him cry made him smile. You know, it made him cry to get jumped by all them Hoovers, but then he joined them to the point now he's terrifying other people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he making other people cry, and he's smiling about it. You know, what I noticed about a lot of these dudes I be reacting to, it seems like they can't seem to stay out of jail. Like, they'll catch a case, then they'll make a decision to do some crazy shit like he did, go rob a Jamaican spot, then take the police on a high speed pursuit. You know, I guess back then they wasn't charging minors as adults as much. That's why it was like, you know, niggas will do something and they gotta figure out that they getting tried as an adult. You know, at this point in time, I would just assume that if a nigga 15, 16, they do some gruesome crime, they gonna wait anyway and charge the ass as an adult anyway. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, kids stay out the streets. So it ain't what you think. It's all an illusion full of confusion. Let's get this shit back going, man. Let's get it.
He would immediately be sent to Chino for a few months. He would later be transferred to YA and continue to be transferred throughout the system into different facilities like Preston and even Fire Camp in San Diego. Now, once at Chad's youth facility in Stockton, Boo Manson would get into an argument with the Oak Park blood named Frank Dogg. Now, the two would start squabbling, and Frank Dogg would pull out a knife and stab Boo multiple times. He would be stabbed in the head and once in the ear, and the blade would break off. Now, by the grace of God, Boo would survive these injuries and recover 2 months later. Now, once he recovered, he had nothing but revenge on his mind. And one of the first people he would run into is another Oak Park blood in his unit by the name of Lil Hard Rock. And he would immediately start punching on him as payback for that stabbing. Now, after having multiple infractions due to fights, by 1992, Boo would be released back onto the streets. And at this point in time, gangbanging had changed drastically since he had been out. And the first thing that he noticed was the Hoovers were no longer wearing blue. Now they were wearing orange.
You see how he used that movie South Central? And he was out in 92. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that movie South Central was based on him because when old boy in South Central got out of jail for doing 2 years, gangbanging had changed. Ray Ray was still in charge. The Hoovers had expanded. His son was gangbanging now. Shit was just different, nigga. It was way more niggas in this hood now. Shit was just different. So that movie could have been about him, but you know, depending on when you go to jail, like I can only imagine if a motherfucker went to jail in the 90s and they get out right here, right now, in 2026, a lot of gangbanging shit then went, you know, to the metaverse. It's online, niggas is internet banging, niggas going to jail, motherfuckers getting their lyrics used against them. You got all these iPhones that's also trackers, GPSs, maps, and all that shit that can pin you to a crime. Shit different. It ain't as easy to get away with a crime now. You know, if you went to jail in the 80s and the 90s, and there was less cameras around, regular consumers, you know, regular motherfuckers in the world, we had less access to cameras and shit like that, surveillance system. Now, man, pretty much every house you pass got a camera on it. Every business you pass got a camera on it. You know what I'm saying? And cell phone towers, they'll pin you to the crime. So gangbanging is a lot different because you can't get away with the same kind of crimes. It's easier to get caught. You feel me? There's less motherfuckers getting away, you know, which means there's gonna be less people doing shit. People still gonna do shit. Motherfucker know, like, nigga, 10 years from now, motherfuckers gonna be doing shit, nigga. Even if it's robots out here, that's the police, motherfuckers still gonna take a risk, you know? But listen, we finna get this shit back going, man. Let's get it.
And as we all know, the 90s was one of the most dangerous times for gangbanging. And this would lead to Boo becoming extremely active during this time period. Now, while running the streets, Boo and a group of other Hoovers will form a clique called the Lowdowns, also known as the LDs. Now, they will be the only Hoovers on Broadway surrounded by nothing but enemies. And this section will also be referred to as the Midwest. Now, Boo will be involved in multiple shootings with rivals and robberies. But 10 months later, Boo will catch another charge from his activities in the street. Now, this time he will be charged with being in possession of a firearm, which was a shotgun. Now, while being locked up at Wayside County, he would have an altercation with the Rollin 20 blood member over soup. Now, the issue just didn't stop at child time, but during the church service, they would have a prayer circle where all the inmates would say a prayer over each other's cases. But that same Rollin 20 blood would start talking negatively, and it would piss Boo off. And in the middle of the prayer circle, Boo would just walk up and sock the Rollin 20 blood in his face, knocking him across the table. And immediately, both of them would start squabbling right there. Now, months later, Boo would eventually go to trial for those gun charges. And he...
Man, when you in survival mode, homie, that's one thing about prison, jail, you know, poverty, that shit put you in survival mode, you know, have you basically, nigga, fighting over crumbs. Nigga, this ain't no real bread. This is jail food. But this is the only food you got access to. This is the world you living in. So niggas trip about that. It's high tension in the room. A lot of testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got shit in their mind. So they should be so irritable in jail because nobody really want to be there. I don't give a fuck who told you. I don't know one person I ever met that say they love jail and they would love to go back. I'm just saying, man. On my mama, I done seen motherfuckers try to shoot their way out not to go to jail. Nigga kill themselves. Niggas rather kill themselves before they go to jail. So like I said, nobody really wants to be in jail. So that's why you get the prison riots. That's why you get the crime that still go down. Because like I said, motherfuckers is unhappy, depressed. Motherfuckers losing family members. Motherfuckers losing time away from their kid. So that's why you gotta have so much respect in prison, because bumping somebody on the street, yeah, you know, just say excuse me, but up in there, man, motherfucker, you don't know what's on the motherfucker mind. Motherfucker, you step on a motherfucker foot, motherfucker feel like you spit in their face, even if it is on accident, you know what I'm saying? So it's just these high testosterone, high tension environments, you know, like jail or prison. Like I said, that shit ain't for nobody. That shit ain't for me. That shit ain't for you. You think about jumping in the streets, don't do it. You think about jumping in the cars, don't do it. You think about being from a gang, don't do it. Stay out the way. Let us see another day. But listen, man, finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
Would be found guilty and would be sentenced to prison in late 1993 at Cochran. Now, once there, Boo would get heavy into weightlifting and even win little different competitions. Now, after serving a few years, he would eventually get out and he would start staying in San Bernardino with the female that he was dating since 1980s. But this wouldn't last too long. In 1996, he and his girlfriend would get into a heated argument, which would turn physical, and she would immediately call the cops on him, having him sent right back to jail yet again. Now, once encountering in San Bernardino, he would have a fade right off the back with his cellie named Quake from 11-8 East Coast Crips. According to Boo, Quake was running off at his mouth, speaking on street politics, so he hopped off the top bunk and fired off on Quake as he laid in his bed. Now, these domestic charges would eventually be dropped, and he would be back out on the streets. Now, over the next several years, Boo would manage to steer clear.
Man, like, females be so cold, you could be dealing with a broad for years. Said he been messing with her since the 80s. She get mad at you. She know you got 2 strikes. She know you on probation. She know you on a run. You feel me? Out of emotions, and call the police on you. Like I said, I don't know if Boo Manson was actually putting his hands on a woman, but either way, it's time for an end. Because if you get to the point where you putting your hands on a woman, you know you didn't cross that line to where it's just over. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get her to listen to you, or she make you that mad. It's time to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can end up hurting her. And I guess for trying to hurt her, you're going to end up back in jail. Because once a female call the police on you, you feel me, it's pretty much a wrap. You don't want to be in no situation where you got to risk your freedom or your life. You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with a female that press buttons that'll make you put your hands on her and then she call the police, you risking your freedom. You know what I'm saying? In your life, because calling the police, a lot of niggas, sometimes the police come through shooting. Oh, he did what? He had what? You don't know what the female called the police and said. So like I said, man, if it's to the point that you and your girl to where y'all going through domestic violence and calling the police and fighting and shit and don't know how to sort that shit out, it's time to leave her alone. So I would hope that at this point, Boo Manson left her alone. But listen, man, we finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
Of any major charges, but he was still repping Hoover heavily. Now, during this time, he would get addicted to drug use and catch a few misdemeanor charges. Now, in the late 2000s, Boo Manson, along with the other few people in Memphis, would start up a 9-4 Hoover set.
9-4 Hoover Memphis, man, I'm back. Badass out here, man.
Out here chilling with my nigga for a long time.
HIP Psycho, man.
Yeah, nigga, y'all know the business. Nigga, what's cracking?
Free drama, man. Free drama.
Yeah. Nigga, we doing the shit. Nigga here on long, nigga floss. Nigga, don't hate.
Also that same year, a video would start to circulate on YouTube and on World Star Hip Hop of Boo Manson making threats to a man named Badass from Memphis who had allegedly been talking about him behind his back.
Because you say badass cuz have been going around Memphis, running his mouth cuz talking behind my back. You tell that cuz, whenever cuz he want to come say a damn thing about me, you tell him I said Manson family. Tell cuz to come over here, cuz, and say that in my face. All that shit, cuz, wolfing behind my back out of state. You tell cuz I said this ain't Jesus game.
So, you know, this is what we see a lot nowadays. You know, clearly this video look old, like this probably happened early 2000s, late 90s, but I don't think the internet was popping like that around that time. But as you see, man, this where the kids get it from. OGs like Boo Manson, you know, making threats to your ops or niggas you don't get along with, you know, flexing your gun, flexing your strap. You know, it's not a good look because the police can see, now they know you strapped. You could be on probation or parole, and a lot of niggas that been violated because they was seen online with guns. You feel me? That gun could have been used in a murder. Now they know you got the murder weapon. You feel me? You showing a shotgun. So if the person you talking to, y'all do get into it, and he's killed with a shotgun, you done already said the nigga name. You done basically left a incriminating trail. You showed the shotgun. You said who did what. You said basically tell that nigga said in my face, you cock your back the strap. Now if something happened to the name of the person you said and they know the nigga was hit with a shotgun or any gun, nigga, they coming straight for you because they knew that y'all had issues. You feel me? So when niggas go online, nigga making threats to people, all they doing, nigga, is showing their hand, showing what they carrying outside, showing that they're a threat, showing that they could get violated, showing they parole officers, showing some shit that could be used against them in a court of law. You feel me? Like, how you gonna be able to plead self-defense if you online with your big ass shotgun making threats? I'm just saying, man, like, it's ways to do things and ways to go about it, but clearly, like I said, OG is the type of nigga that these kids nowadays learn from, because that's all I see niggas doing is online, making straps, you know, making threats, showing they straps, you know. But listen, we're finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
You tell cuz I said this Manson found it. So a badass come running his mouth again? Ask badass cuz I said who Manson gotta be scared of.
Now, a few years later, Boo would still be seen online, randomly dropping YouTube videos, and allegedly still in the hood squabbling with whoever wanted to run fades from time to time.
Forget neighborhood crip. Niggas West Side Hoover criminal gang, nigga, not bastard, nigga. Anybody could have got people Hoover, nigga. It was on 91st and Broadway. Put me in work, nigga. We was the only Hoovers on Broadway, but never been in these sets. It still got Broadway to this day, nigga. It's the Midwest.
But although he was no longer active in the streets like he once used to be, it didn't stop him from ripping a set. And also, in 2025, he would be seen calling out 4 Extra for a fade. But he would also make this fade a little bit personal, as he would reference knocking out 4 Extra's big homie by the name of the Godfather back in the 80s.
Because 4 Extra is doing too much talking on the internet, like he can't be touched. Godfather is big homie Godfather.
Listen, I don't know how old Boo Manson was, but he remind me of them niggas who, you know, just live in the past. Like, his gang banging is old school. He influenced the young niggas with old school stories about nigga had the cutlass, nigga with the eye rocks on that bitch. Nigga pulled up to the block, nigga I was the first one with it. Nigga got the old school stories for you. That's what type of nigga he look like, a nigga that don't know when to put this shit behind him. Like, cause you still dissing neighborhood cribs, nigga. You look like you 45, fool. You looked old. Boo Manson looked old as a motherfucker, still out here gang banging, nigga. Wear orange rags, nigga. Dissing it's ops, nigga. Trying to squabble, nigga. Trying to get into it with 4 Extra. 4 Extra. I'm pretty sure he like my age or a little older, but you know, Boo Manson look old as a motherfucker. Trying to get into it with young niggas, like that shit ain't a good look. Like one of them old pimps that be in the club with them young girls, you feel me? Like real shit, kids. Stay out the streets, it ain't what you think. It's all an illusion full of confusion. You stay out the way, you live to see another day. As a kid growing up, you look up to niggas like Boo Manson, but once you get older to become a man, you start to see how childish and immature, you know, the nigga really is. Look, no disrespect to the 9-4 Hoovers. And if y'all don't know, man, the 9-4 Hoovers, nigga, they on Main and Broadway. You know, Main, on one side of Main is the west side, one side of Main is the east side. So basically, you could say the 9-4 Hoovers is also the only Hoovers, you know, that touch the east side too. You know, they not gonna, you know, highlight that. They gonna call themselves the Midwest. Well, they the Midwest because they borderline east side, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. We finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
He was moving the same shit. And I knocked his too far. When I got out with him, big Godfather, dark side 40s. I knocked his too far. It wasn't even a fade. Second I knocked his big homie Godfather too far, he balled up.
But that same year, Boo Manson will be diagnosed with an aggressive form of lung cancer. And he will take to the internet on his Facebook page to talk about it.
I love my kids, man. I love my family. I love my friends, man. Y'all showed y'all love. Y'all showed love, straight love. I love y'all for that, man. Damn. I ain't hungry, you feel what I'm saying? Cause, shit, I'm out here cause I'm not doing good right now. But this cancer, man, it's love. We're about to hit the pizza bar and grill, you feel what I'm saying? But take the ovens out, they said they want to drain.
Now in 2026, Boo Manson will lose his battle to lung cancer at the age of 52 years old. I would like to thank everybody for tapping in.
Boo Manson got that lung cancer. The nigga he was off the oxygen tank. That nigga still was like, cut this, cut that. That nigga was still gang banging. That nigga looked like 60, 65, 70. I don't know how old he was, but that's a nigga who was crippin' nigga to his death date, nigga. My mom, there's really some niggas out there that nigga they lingo stay the same. Nigga, they be caught, like I said, caught up in a certain time of gang banging. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's different types of gang members. Some niggas know how to, you know, when they in certain environments, speak a certain way, or as they get older, you know, speak a certain way. But it's a lot of niggas from the streets as they get older, you know, nothing really changed about them. They just get old. But, you know, Boo Manson was blessed to lose his life to a natural cause. You don't hear too many gang members dying over shit like that. You know, health, that's a big thing out here. You know what I'm saying? And anybody could catch cancer, so I can't say he was neglecting his health because I don't really know him. But rest in peace to Boo Manson, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, man. Not later, but right now. My name is Young Woo. This is On The Block News.
I be on the block like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'm a trap till I'm rich. I be outside like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'm a trap till I'm rich. First nigga outside before sunrise. Old school ways, but I'm still a young guy. A real trooper, I be grinding on the front line. Hungry for the money, I'ma eat like it's lunchtime. Really out here, nigga, let's go band for band. Made a lot of transactions, I'm talking hand to hand. Based on the statistics, I never had a chance. Still I sketched a blueprint and I mapped the plan. First case crash, took me in for crack rock. 54th and Duwarty, that was the crack block. Stood solid, never folded like a laptop. Trying to get to school, getting banged on at the dash stop. Can you give me a pistol is what I asked Pops. Late nights walking through the ops on Ascot. Really repping for the team like a mascot. Doing stupid shit, I could've really got my ass shot. Second charge that I caught was a gun case. Got bail money, I ain't got a fundraise. Still remember being broke with a fun day. Overground cause debts can't go unpaid. So I'm serving like way to serve lunch trade. The 2 doors a Challenger, not a Mustang. Chop them down like a barber, it was one phase. Cameras everywhere, we gon' flush it if they come raid, nigga. On the block like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'm a trap till I'm rich. I be outside like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy,